What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Flag on the Play. I know it's been a couple months since my last video. The last video I spoke on the Julio Jones trade. But I kind of needed to take a step back, focus on myself a little bit, get myself together. I know a lot has happened since my last video. But let's get right into it. The NFL season is upon us. As of yesterday, we had our first NFL game. I'm pretty sure a lot of you have saw it. But this Sunday, we have our first game against the Philadelphia Eagles. As in, when I say we, I mean the Atlanta Falcons. You can see by the gear. Atlanta Falcons have our first game. So let's get right into it. This Sunday against Philly, first game of the year. For the first time in a while, there are a lot of unknowns surrounding both teams. You look at Philly on their side, they're going to be starting Jalen Hurts, second year in the league. This is going to be first year starting their quarterback right out the gate. Excuse me. But there's no more Carson Wentz. So Jalen Hurts has the keys to the car. Now, if you look at their team as a whole, they're a bit older. They're a bit longer in the tooth, on both sides of the ball, So, like I said, the first time in a while, there's a lot of uncertainty. If you look at the Atlanta Falcons, brand new coaching staff. Philly also has a brand new head coach. So if you look at the Atlanta Falcons, defensively, like I said, there's a lot of question marks on defense as far as D-line, secondary. The only area for sure where we know what we're going to get is our linebackers. If you look at our linebackers, we have Deion Jones, Foye Oluokun. More than likely, we're going to see Michael Walker, too. Expect to see a lot of him this season. If you look at the Atlanta Falcons offense, we have a very young O-line, very young. If you look from Caleb McGarry, this is his second year. Third season, I'm sorry. Yeah, I think this is his third season. Chris Lindstrom, he's young as well. This is his second or third season. Matt Hennessy, this is his second season. This is going to be his first year starting, though. Left guard, we have rookie Jalen Mayfield starting. Jalen Mayfield, our rookie left guard, is going to be starting his very first game. And how ironic that he's going to be starting against Fletcher Cox, who's a very good defensive lineman. Been very good for years, so he's going to have a tough task. But I think he'll be okay. And then left tackle, Jake Matthews, he's our long tenured offensive lineman on this whole line. On this whole O-line, Jake Matthews is the one who's been here the longest. And he's been here since 2014, which is not that long. But I will say he's been very consistent since he's been in the league. Doesn't give up a whole lot of sacks. He does a good job at protecting Matt Ryan's blind side. So I have no problems. I have no question marks when it comes to Jake Matthews because, he's done a good job since he's been here. But there are a lot of unknowns everywhere else, though. Okay? As you guys may know, Julio Jones no longer here, as I stated. He's been traded to the Tennessee Titans. So that means Calvin Ridley is going to be the number one. As projected, Russell Gage is going to be the number two. And can he handle it this year? We shall see. Last year, we saw a spike in his production. after he had 700 yards and 4 touchdowns. You know, it was a question mark about drops, but as long as he cleaned that part up of his game, I think he'll be fine. Now another question mark is the number 3. Who's going to take that number 3 receiver spot? Who's going to take that slot? Is it going to be Alambide Zaccheaus? Is it going to be one of the rookies, Frank Darby? We don't know. We shall see. That's going to be a good one. Running back, Mike Davis. You know, he's going to get a bulk of the carries. So, but another question mark: who's going to be that other back? You know, to come in for him. Who's going to be that number 2 back? You know, we don't have that number 2 back that we normally have in prior years. So who's going to step up and who's going to step up and take that number 2 spot as far as running backs when Mike Davis goes out? That's another question mark. Let me see. As far as like, you know, this matchup here, it all will come down to who can get the most stops. You know, who's going to get the most stops? Who can get that key stop? Now, defensively for the Falcons, considering how we looked last year, you can't be much worse. We were really bad on defense last year. So if we want to be optimistic, you can say, well, we can't be much worse. So that's a plus. So with that being said, you know, being that we play Philly, I expect for it to be a good matchup. I expect for it to come down to the wire. I expect for it to be a good game. So I want y'all to comment and give me y'all's prediction of what y'all think the score going to be. Would it be one possession game? Would it come down to the last wire? I want y'all to let me know. With that being said, I'll holler at you guys, in the next couple of days or so. And with that being said, I'm out.